You have people that want to be a part of your wave. Why don't you employ them and help them to get further in their careers or whatever they choose to do and help them out from there? You could be your own. I won't say the company's name.
Herman, thank you for the advice. But listen, let me tell you this. A nigga who his creativity starts with copying me, I said this on
You're not
Everyday
the only nigga that does this, though. You act like you're the only nigga that's ever commented on somebody's whole social situation. There's been a million first takes. There's been a million TMZs. There's been a million everything else. You're the nigga that made it poppin'.
If you're building a team, you want to build a team with people with different strengths, people with different creative ideas. When niggas is just as creative as you are, right? It's like Future going out to sign a nigga and he signed.
Is DomisLive a hater? Is DomisLive a hater or yes or no?
How do you get to talking about him? Hater in what?
Is he a hater? Does he hate on you? Does he not fuck with you?
I don't know. No. Actually,
have you talked to him?
No, I've talked to him before. He seems cool. What's the problem?
So why are you giving him so much hate? Like, my dude.
Bruh,
you're a Jamaican.
Hold on, man. Y'all gotta stop. Hold on. Yeah. Y'all gotta stop, man.
Please don't overtalk me.
No,
like,
you know what? Y'all gotta stop because I didn't go and ride the coattails of no other man.
I never said you did.
Hear what I'm saying,
dude.
So don't be telling me what I need to do for.
I didn't
relax.
To do. I didn't say that, my dude.
Yo,
you're not listening to me talk. Like
he's cool. He's cool. I ain't got no problem with him.
I hear.
There's a lot of other YouTubers that are cool. I ain't got no problem with him.
Come on, academics. You have
what point you making?
People that's following you right now.
What point you making?
Have a grown man conversation.
What?
Oh man, now I told you guys what was up. I said get your popcorn, get your din-din. Hell, people telling me they got Pop-Tarts. They ready to go. Now, I didn't want to make this video, and I didn't want to make the last video I made. This is one of those situations where all he had to do was reach out to me behind the scenes and say, hey, Dom, it's not what it is, da-da-da-da-da, and I would have been just that. Me and him would have never had to address this publicly. He wouldn't be speaking about it. I wouldn't be speaking about it, and it would have been just that. The only reason I ever made it public is because he wouldn't respond privately. I know it's 2018 and everyone likes to paint the person that disagrees with him as a clout chaser, but trust me, I'm gaining clout every day. I've been doing it the humble way. I've been grinding on YouTube every day, and I'm satisfied with my success. But in life, you got to stand up for yourself. And if you don't, who the hell will? It's gotten to the point now where people of the gang and even mutual fans have forced them to respond. I mean, when you're streaming every time and people are saying, yo, speak about DomisLive, or why did you steal this and steal that? And we know you stole it. Yeah, you're going to have to respond.
Somebody say you get it? Bro, y'all don't fucking get it because y'all are the most disloyal motherfuckers on earth. I've seen most of y'all who fuck with me turn around and say that I've stolen shit when y'all know for the mere fact that everything I've tried to do, whether I've gotten killed for it or praised for it, I just try to just come up with some bullshit.
He wasn't too happy about all that, and he feels like some of his people are switching sides on him. Now, to academics in this situation, I would say that this has nothing to do with being the underdog and people hating you now because you've been doing this for years on years on years. Like, it's not that. People feel that you have changed on them. People feel that you allowed your platform to be compromised to look out for artists that are friends. Now, if you guys watched my last video, I was very respectful and humble. Now, that's not enough to some of these Akademiks fans, right? That's not enough to them, man. Like, you damn near gotta bow down. You gotta kiss the ring. You gotta thank Akademiks for every video you make. Like, I gotta be like, Akademiks, please, can I make this video on Trippie Redd? Please. Like, I damn near gotta say, thank you, Akademiks, every time I make a video. I've said it many of times that I've been inspired by Akademiks. I've paid homage to him since the beginning. I've even told people, oh, yo, Ak is a legend. His position in hip hop is cemented. Let that man be. Now, that's not enough to some people. So, and for those type of people that want me to kiss King Akademiks' ring every video, That's not going to happen. The format thing. Let's talk about that, right? Now, if you watch Akademiks streams, then you know he's been sneak dissing a lot of us for a very long time, right? People taking my format. This is my format. Now, take a look at what Akademiks does with the black screens on the side, text across the screen. That's his format, right? Now, this is my format. Take a look at his. This is mine. Take a look at his. This is mine. I don't know if you guys noticed, but what I'm doing over here looks a lot different from that, right? Now, he's been using GIFs. Now, when I first started to do hip hop or whatever, I was using pictures, using GIFs and all that kind of stuff. And I was using GIFs for the simple reason that I didn't want to get a copyright strike. Now, with all that being said, it's a lot easier now to use video, and I have switched to video. Maybe 2% of the time I use GIFs in my video, but our format is completely different. Now, if you want to be the one of the people say, oh, no, you're still using his format, you're still using it. So what you're saying is, for the simple fact that I'm speaking about hip hop and I'm not using a webcam showing my face, I'm copying Akademiks. So that means there's two ways to do this, right? If you don't show your face and you speak about hip hop, then you're copying Akademiks. But if you do webcams, you're not copying him, and that's not his format, right? So I'm guessing the first person to ever do vlogs, they're now being copied by Jake Paul and Logan Paul, right? Listen, he pioneered this. He made this famous. Let him be the young legend that he is without you guys trying to criticize the rest of the people out there that are covering hip hop. Because with that same logic, we should be calling Fox News a copycat from CNN, or vice versa with NBC or anyone else, right? It's all copy. They cover the same news, but for the simple fact that both of us are two independent people, that's why you guys put us up against each other. I don't see the same thing going on with Hot 97 and Breakfast Club, but let's put these two black people against each other. Let's do that. And I'm not talking to the gang when I say this. I'm talking to other people, but I get the vibe that some of you dudes out there, I don't know, like you dudes be tripping because I see you guys in the comments, yo, you want to be Akademiks so bad. And it's funny to me because I've never met a man that wanted to be another man. I don't know what kind of men you guys hang around, but I only know females that think like that. Oh, I wish I looked like Kylie Jenner. I wish I looked like her. I've never heard another man tell me he wanted to be another man. If you hear another man say that, get from around him, because you should always wish to be a better you, not to be someone else. It's okay to be inspired, but never wish to be another man. So whenever you guys say that to me, I'm looking at you guys funny.
So again, I'm only responding, and I kind of hate it because I feel like I'm just serving up content. I really don't watch other YouTubers that do news commentary because the takes I have, I don't need.
Boy. Akademiks says he doesn't watch news channels, but he seems to always know when someone is dissing him.
On YouTube. First of all, the niggas that I'm not even talking about, because they're not even a factor, they're going to be making videos like, yo, Akademiks talking to me. I'm not, I promise you. I'm talking to like two people. No, one. It's really one. I'm talking to one nigga. One nigga, because he was like jumping out of his... I'm talking to one person. So I don't want... If anybody else is catching feelings, I ain't talking to you, but you can catch feelings too. I mean, I said a lot of shit, but I only spoke fast. Oh yeah, I just mentioned another trash nigga. See, I should go in on him too. I ain't never talk about that bum ass nigga too. I ain't never talk about him. That nigga been making videos about me for like 2 years. I be tired. Somebody's the same names. I do want to say that, but play this. These niggas, they have. God bless them.
I told you guys since the beginning that I never cared about Ak saying the Test My Gangster tour line. I never cared about that. The moment I started to care is when he told people that he created the line, and that's when I started to get hate. And that's when I made a post.
Now, anyway, there was someone who came to my attention. They said, yo, it was actually a trusted fan of mine. It's like, yo, Act, man. Yo, you know they saying that, yo, you took some saying from somebody, blah, blah. I won't even say the saying or nothing like that. And I was like, what? And it was like, yo, you mentioned something about, like, merch. And I was like, what are you talking about? And honestly, it was the most frustrating time for me just because I've never had issues with people. And I realized that I'm in the position where people want to have issue with me to only elevate.
Sorry, Mr. Akademiks, I got to stop you there. Now, no one is chasing clout in this situation to elevate themselves. If I was doing that, I would have made a million other videos about you sneak dissing me and every other hip-hop commentator in the community a long time ago. I made videos with you beefing with Migos, but that was big hip-hop news. The same way that you made videos on Birdman turning up at the Breakfast Club on Charlemagne. It's hip-hop news. We're going to talk about it.
Nothing else. It's nothing else. I mentioned something on a live stream, not even really serious. Hey, what's up, bro? Dip from my live, man. Yo, I missed my opportunities to make Dip from my live t-shirts. Actually, I'm making them. Actually, I'm coming out with Dip from my live t-shirt and the Test My Gangsta tour t-shirts. That's a fact. You get me? I'm going to have every poppin' city on the back. You get me? It's just going to say Test My Gangsta on the front. You feel me? And then, you know what I mean? It's going to be all the cities that gangsters could get tested in. You feel me? Except it won't even be real city names. It'd be like, yo. It'd be like Chirac and all that.
Now I want to ask you guys a question. Why would he troll about making merch? Think about this for a second. Why would he put an idea out there and troll about making merch? Was he throwing the idea out there because he knew the idea already existed and he wanted to see if he was going to get backlash? You guys think about that.
I mean, actually, no, I do got to say the idea. At least the first one. It was something about like Test My Gangsta. Bro, Tekashi calls me 8 times a day. Honestly, if you really want to know, that Test My Gangsta shit came from Tekashi talking to me. Seriously. Honestly, I don't know what Tekashi does in his spare time. I know he does. I don't know what he does.
Now, Ak, I know you're not high off freaking Tekashi's rainbow wig, man. I know you're not high, right? Did you see he just tossed out there? I don't know what 6ix9ine does in his spare time. Don't you see what that's alluding to? Oh, maybe he got that from somewhere else and he brought it to me because I got it from him. Now, I know what Tekashi does in his spare time. He actually watches me. And he gave you credit for a joke that I made on a video that you never made. He ran, he did a little sprint, and they didn't catch him. Like, they just parted the sea. They're like, bro, we don't want to touch you.
The Red Sea, my man Akademiks. Nigga said this shit spread like the Red Sea. Nothing, I just saw God, and God said just, you know, prepare for impact. Boom.
Now, you guys probably remember this from the other video, right? But on February the 21st, right, it's the same day that the dudes ran into Tekashi at the LAX airport, right? Tekashi left a comment on my page where I was showcasing the merch, telling people that I was going to drop it, okay? Now, I've been showcasing the merch for the longest time, saying it in videos. Tekashi comments on my post, I like it. Now, the same exact day, he goes on Akademiks stream and he says this.
I'm not done talking my shit. Niggas gotta prove their point, nigga. This is my fucking Test My Gangsta world tour, nigga.
The Test My Gangsta. All right, see, what that's what I asked you. That's hilarious, right? I know. Hey, yo, if y'all name it that, I need like 5%. Anyway, yo, but here's a problem with that though, right? Every time you go to somewhere, by the way, I don't even know why.
Dallas.
Now, isn't that funny that Akademiks then tells Tekashi that he coined the phrase? Guess what he later tells Tekashi?
I don't even know why you would make the test my gangster
merchandise. Dallas was peaceful as.
Now, keep in mind, this is the same day that Tekashi saw my merch, the Test My Gangsta World Tour. He goes on Akademiks stream and he says that. So this is the same day, folks. Now, this situation is looking real shaky, right? Akademiks on the stream is saying that he was going to make the merch. He was going to put Test My Gangsta cities on the back and all this kind of stuff, right? Then he says freaking Tekashi made it up, but then he's saying that he doesn't know what Tekashi does in his spare time. Now, this situation is looking real shaky because 5 days ago, Jimmy Boy, Tekashi's jeweler, right? You know what he did? He posted a picture on his Instagram story and it says, yeah, them boys up to something. Now, I see that right now. I instantly see my shirt on his phone. I posted, I'm like, oh my God, Six, if you want a shirt, hit me up. You can get a free shirt. You said you liked it in the past. Bunch of other people like, whoa, going crazy and stuff. Then I started to see comments of people saying, yo, Dom, that's not your shirt. He stole your design. If you zoom in on this, you know what my shirt says? My shirt says still untouched with my logo that I had created with my idea. They then took my logo, maybe changed it a little bit, but took my logo, copy and paste, and they put Test My Gangsta. So Tekashi and Akademiks, they love my shirt so much, they decided to take it, man. Now, there's people that are probably going crazy in the comments saying, oh my God, Dumb, you took his likeness now. No disrespect to Tekashi or anything like this, but by law, I'm able to take a portrait of anyone, turn it into a parody drawing, and sell the shirt. My logo there is an original drawing. Now, I don't know what's going on in King Tekashi's camp, but it's being alleged right now that they stole the album art. You know, the album art for Day 6ix9ine that shows Tekashi on the front and a cartoon. It's being alleged right now that that actual art was traced from some different art and they stole that. Now, whether you guys believe that Akademiks watched my video or not, I think there's something that he's not being truthful about. And that's the fact that he did or didn't know if I had the merch already created when he told Tekashi to go create it. Are we going to sit here and act like Tekashi didn't see my merch and they didn't have a conversation about it? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I can tell you straight up that Tekashi's had conversation about me with other rappers. And I can also tell you that Tekashi's had conversation about me with Akademiks. And most of that conversation is probably about how I speak about him. Now, I've always said the guy makes good music, but whatever I ever said about him is what I stand by and is what I said. Now, there's more video of Akademiks speaking about him and Tekashi coming up with the idea of them coming together and them making a merch line.
I spill the beans on this. Tekashi 6ix9ine signed a $1.5 million merch deal. All these rappers signed merch deals. $1.5 million for merch. Okay? Even that Test My Gangsta shit, like, it came up in us even talking about that shit. And I was like, yo, because I was telling him, I was like, yo, your merch is whack. By the way, his merch is whack. Like, they have some really ugly shit. Trippy got some dope merch. I got some of Trippy's merch. Where is that shit? It's somewhere around here. Trippy's merch is dope. Tekashi's shit is whack. Like, I don't think it looks good. It's just like some random shit, but of course his fans will buy it. And I was telling him, I was like, yo, why don't you fucking like merch people who signed you for that amount of money? Why don't they motherfucking just take advantage of the troll shit you do? Why don't they fucking take advantage of you constantly trolling and turn those into merchandise? Why isn't there a fucking Test My Gangsta tour instead of they were developing an idea for a Day 69 tour, which never came out. I don't think that merch came out for him. I'm like, why don't they just use your troll shit and be like, Test My Gangsta tour? You feel me? That was my critique of his merch shit, because I was telling him his merch was trash, and that came off him mentioning like the Test My Gangsta shit, and I was like, yo, we should do it.
Now, this whole situation is very spooky. Ak is saying that he got it from 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine could have been getting it from anywhere else. But at the same time, he's saying that he created it, that he's telling people he was going to create merch, that he's telling people again that him and Tekashi was going to create merch. Man, it's just too much, man. You guys can let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Like I said, man, I've always respected this guy when it comes to how hard he works. But when you sneak dissing me and everyone else, I can't respect you as a person.